Everybody cheated in this year's CrossFit Open. Froning cheated, Tia cheated, Colton cheated, Dallin cheated, James cheated. Everybody cheated. In the lull between in-affiliate semifinals start and in-affiliate semifinals scoreboard finalization, we need a little entertainment. And it turns out I skipped something. And it's the wall walk madness that was the 2025 CrossFit Open. You might have seen me make a few posts on Threads. Some people thought it was driving me a little bit crazy. You thought I was done. Before Kale Lehman, there were the wall walks. Actually, technically, there was Kale Lehman and the wall walks, because I'm sure he definitely didn't do those right, too.
When he does wall balls, he does them on a tree.
And everybody cheated. Everybody in the world cheated.
Keep your hands on the line until both feet are on the wall.
Like I said, Froning,
both feet are on the wall.
Tia, Colton, James, Dallin, you can line them all up. Oh, actually, you know what? He didn't cheat. One person, Bryson Del Monte, didn't cheat.
He is the one.
In the entire CrossFit Open, why, for the love of everything that is good and right in this world, did Andrew Hiller not cover this?
What have you done?
Oh, he made an Instagram post? Let's... There's probably a good reason. Why did you cheat on the wall walks? Well, you know what they say.
You either die a hero
Or live long enough to see yourself become the Kale Lehman.
When he does wall balls, he does them on a tree.
So why does this matter? Oh, here we go. What if I skimmed my foot on the wall? Good enough for me. If he's lying, Aunt Lucy would be ashamed.
It's called a hard stare. Aunt Lucy taught me to do them when people had forgotten their manners.
All right, so why does this all matter? Because this topic has been brought up since the inception of the wall walk. For as long as I can remember, everyday CrossFitters have been doing the wall walks in their affiliates. Their hand is always moving before both feet are on the wall.
Keep your hands on the line until both feet are on the wall.
And if you think yours isn't, it is. You have to be extremely deliberate to make sure that both feet are touching before you move your hand. And nobody realizes they're doing it. I had probably 30 people send me messages on my Instagram when I was posting about this saying, mine were good. And I literally slowed them down and they weren't. People think their wall walks are good and they aren't. They're invalid.
I am the law!
During the CrossFit Games announcement show, there were invalid wall walks.
Thing changes once you get punched in the face. We're going to see now, can they maintain that same rep scheme that the coach told?
And here's the reason why. The human eye cannot perceive both feet being on the wall at the same time and both hands not moving. It is literally impossible. It can't be judged. So that shouldn't be the standard. Everybody seems to always default to it's your responsibility to move right. And that's not completely incorrect. But there are cases where a standard so obviously can just be tweaked in order to make it better and more easily judgeable and uniform. Because right now it's not. 99% of people, more, are doing it wrong. Unless you're Mr. Perfect. Bryson Del Monte. Del Monte. Del Monte. Del Monte. Del Monte. Unless you're Bryson. And the few that are doing it right are getting penalized. It probably costs you a good 30 seconds on 25.3. I'd also argue that there's literally no reason to have both feet touching, and it's actually a more athletic movement the way that other competitions have done it. Do you want to see people take time to deliberately make sure both feet are ploddingly placed on the wall? Or do you want to see people sprint and bounce their chest off the ground like Colton Mertens does on a burpee and on these wall walks and go through 5 wall walks in 14 seconds? This is one of those times where CrossFit needed a standard, and with the wall walk movement, they set one. And that's a good thing. But sometimes you don't just stick to the original standard that you set because that's how you made it.
Because it's all part of the plan.
You take a look at things and they evolve and you see what's best. CrossFit does a very poor job at adapting once they receive new information. They tend to be stubborn. Dave tends to be stubborn. Because he could get this fixed tomorrow, and I know that the CAC has gone to CrossFit with these issues. But when you literally stand there and observe the CrossFit Open announcement workout and people are no-repping, it kind of makes us look like idiots.
Stupid is, stupid does, sir.
This is supposed to be the difference between us and High Rocks. You got them doing their wall balls and hitting 2/3 depth, 1/4 depth, and Hiller just lighting them up on Instagram. And you got us at the Open announcement and Dave watching them not hit the standard, and we do nothing. Nothing! If the standard can't be met and judged with the human eye, why not change it to something that works better? There's 2 different solutions that I have that would completely fix this problem overnight. I want to show you the Rogue standard. The line is up a little bit further. First off, this helps taller and shorter people, tall people who have to come down and then get their hands down to the line. If you're like 6'9", you literally have to try to go like this, and it creates an extremely awkward movement. And short people who go down and have to start with their hands up here. There were very tall and very short people complaining about this standard during the Open. And I'm sure that Cale Lehman had a problem with it as he was rigorously trying to meet the standards in 25.3.
And when he does wall balls, he does them on a tree.
Oh, wait. He didn't do 25.3. Or the CrossFit Open for the last 2 years. That's why he didn't care. But at Rogue, they've moved the line up, and I see no reason why this isn't a good standard. It still requires everything that the wall walk requires now. So the Rogue standard is one way that we can do it. The other way is pretty simple. 1 foot touch. You are allowed to start moving your hands once 1 foot has touched. Now, this would still restrict us a little bit. You can't just start moving your feet and your hands at the same time and go really fast if the standard is 1 foot touch. So the more egregious no reps would be cut out, but the ones where literally people are trying to get both feet on the wall and right as the second foot is about to touch, the hand starts to move, those ones would now count as reps. Whereas now, if we slow them down, we can easily find no reps in every single workout. I say we do a little test. You want to do a test? Okay, let's do a little test. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to the gym in a second, and I'm going to see what the difference is in speed on all 3. And let's take a look at which looks more athletic and if there's any reason why one should be allowed and why one shouldn't. All right, I'll be back. All right, I'm back. I'm still in the same clothes. I lied. I never left. We have 5 wall walks where we are deliberately having both feet touch, which is the current standard. Let's time it and let's see what it looks like. And now let's do the Rogue-ish standard and have the line be a little bit further up. So I can start moving my hands from, instead of here where the line would be, to about here. You get about a foot or so extra. And now let's do the 1 foot standard. Okay, so if we take a look at those, the slowest one was the way that we have the standard right now. The fastest way is the Rogue way, because with the 6 to 12 inches extra that you get at Rogue, you're allowed to start moving your hands early. But can we really look at that and say there's a reason that that shouldn't be allowed if everybody's allowed to do it? I think it still maintains the integrity of the movement, and that's probably my favorite. The problem with the 1 foot standard is that people will hit it much more easily, but it's still hard to judge technically because you have to be looking for 1 foot to touch the wall before both hands are moving. Your eyes have to be here and they have to be here, all in a split second. But at this point, I'd take the 1 foot standard as well. Either one of those is better than the way it is now. And that's it. It's that simple. I have summed it all up. I have shown you that we all cheated. I have shown you that it's absolutely ridiculous that we have the standard this way.
I am the law!
CrossFit, all you have to do is change the standard to the Rogue standard or to the 1 foot standard. Just do anything.
Bueller.
So that people can't come in, even people like me, and say, hey, look, when you slow this down, you guys don't even follow your own standards. So how can you make fun of high rocks?
I'm a high rocker, and I'm really in shape.
It's the easiest fix in the world.
Just don't ask me to lift any of those heavy weights.
If you guys do wall walks again next year and I have to go through this all again, I'm going to absolutely lose my mind. Keeping it crazy. Hopefully the CAC made a difference and Dave heard them out, and going into next year or the year after, whenever we see wall walks again, we will see a new standard, a standard that can be judged, a standard that keeps it athletic, and a standard that can't potentially make us look stupid. That's about it. Wait. What is this? It's your 25.3 video. Take a look at your hand. Pot. Meat kettle.